It's a show where we talk about the power of your mind to change your world around you, to literally affect the fabric of your reality. We talk about this feeling of hope and joy and relief. And that is what being aware of your flow does. It gives you a feeling of power again in your lives.
Oh my God, you were so on target. You are so amazing. I can't thank you enough.
Breathe. It is the feeling that you bring forward. It is your emotional connection that really sets the tone for what is going to be happening to you and for you. And you know that feeling when you touch it. It just spreads through you.
Thank you for taking my call. I don't know why I feel like crying. I think I just feel your love.
Oh, of course.
And I think I'm going to get some answers.
I'm Summer McStravick, and welcome to another episode of Flowdreaming. Well, hello, everybody. Hi, welcome to Flowdreaming. I'm Summer McStravick. And today's show is about how to always make a right decision. And I know that is a gigantic promise. But follow along with me, follow my train of thinking, and I think you'll see that there is indeed a way to increase the odds tremendously that the choices you make are going to end up being in your favor. So we'll work our way through that. We're also going to be doing a flow dream today, and I'm very much hoping to get to some of your calls because I know a lot of you guys are really needing to make right decisions, and that's what I'm here for. So I would love to talk to you live right now. I record this podcast live every week, in fact, on Tuesdays, and you can go to my website, flowdreaming.com. You can click on the radio area, podcast area, and find out all kinds of information about this show. By the way, a quick thank you to you guys who kind of jumped on my request last week. I released a new version of the app for this podcast, and the app is available on Google, Android. It's in the App Store for your iPhone or your iPad. And it turns out every time you release a new version, all the old reviews kind of get shuffled away. So I have to start from scratch again. Otherwise, it looks like nobody has ever seen it before. No one has ever commented on it before, like it's brand new and blank and empty out there. So for those of you who have posted something, my huge thank you goes to you. And ditto if you were able to post at the iTunes store. And yes, there are several different places I'm talking about. The iTunes store is different than the App Store. One of them is where you get the podcast from, and the other one is where you get apps for your phone and your devices. I know, it's confusing. It confuses me. That's why I'm asking you, because it confused me so much I didn't realize everything was going to disappear. Anyway, so that being said, every month I pretty much pick a new theme. And I talk about that theme, I teach about it, I instruct you how you can manifest better in your life in this area or within this theme. Sometimes I'm talking about creating things for yourself. Sometimes I'm talking about creating characteristics inside yourself. For me, manifesting runs the gamut. It's not just about things. It's about creating situations or opportunities. It's about creating new behaviors inside yourself. It's about creating again, characteristics, things that you want to grow or develop inside of you, like courage or stamina or inspiration. It's about creating release if you want to get over things, get past blocks. In fact, last week, I really liked last week's show for whatever reason, because I think I started it with a, just kind of a train of thought about what it means to be a manifester, how we create all the time. And people often stumble into the world of manifesting and law of attraction, and they think, oh, it's like magic. It's like a whole other universe. And, oh, these people think in the most crazy ways. For me, it's just very, very normal and very practical. We create all the time. That's what we do. We're little mini creators just buzzing around this earth, making stuff, experiencing stuff. My quest is to figure out how to do it the best you can, how to get the most out of it that you can. A little bit of a life hacker in that way. So for me, becoming aware that I'm a constant creative being, then becoming aware that I have certain tools that most people have overlooked, but if you start using them, create tremendous abilities inside you and really help direct and, cause the kinds of manifesting, the kinds of things you want to have happen. It's mind-blowing for me. It still is. Even 10, 15 years deep into this, I'm still finding new ways to work with energy and to make stuff. So I share that with you every week in this podcast. I also share it with you. A little quick shout out to my website, flowdreaming.com. Great place to go. I have a manifesting store there that is probably one of the most comprehensive in the world, meaning you will find hundreds of MP3s, books, classes that I've recorded and taught that are all there available for you for instant download. So you can begin working with this. You can begin learning the tools, learning how to flow dream. I have several really intensive, beautiful, deeply transformative programs as well that I run throughout the year, which I personally teach and work with you in. If you want to get deeper into this art, really figure it out, and in the process, become the best creator you could possibly become. Whether it's with relationships, your finances, your money, building things for yourself, building security for yourself. I had a wonderful conversation this morning. A gal named Stephanie O'Day. I was profiling her in a video interview, and we were just sharing together. I won't tell you what the interview was about because that's coming up, a surprise. But we had a great conversation about this intense urge we women in particular have for self-sufficiency, for seeing what we can do, for being able to reach that pinnacle. What can I make and manifest and create in my life and in my children's lives? How secure can I make us? For us women, it's often not about money. We tend not to measure ourselves by the same yardsticks. Oh my goodness, am I throwing men under the bus? No, I'm not. I do recognize, because I've been in so many minds, frankly, men's minds, women's minds. For we women, it's about security. It's about what can I give my kids? It's about a feeling that we never have to be in a position where we're helpless. And, all of us have been in that position with employers, I'm sure, if you've ever had a job, where you're feeling helpless. Your employer isn't rewarding you. They're not letting you take the time off when you need to because your kids are home. You are not being promoted the way you're in a victim position. And there's nothing that we ladies hate more than being in a victim position. For us, power is power over ourself, power over our destiny, not even so much power over other people. That's more, again, a masculine trait. And everything is a balance of masculine, feminine, yin, yang. So it's just how it is. They're complementary. We need both. Anyway, again, that's another tangent. I don't know where that came from. Just spinning around in my head. Think about it. Maybe it'll trigger off something in you. Speaking of the themes that happen every month, this month, my theme has been divine timing. And there's a beautiful flow dream in the store where you can practice working with divine timing, manifesting it, creating more of it in your life. If you don't know how to flow dream, please go listen to one of my free podcasts that are at my website about this, or read about it in my blog where I actually teach it to you. I give that away for free. I give everybody, in fact, the tools for free. The only things you ever have to pay for are practice materials if you want, or if you want one-on-one mentoring or a community of other people like you that you can practice with and share with and really grow with, who reinforce you. Those are the other things I do offer. But you can practice right now. Whatever you learn here today, get on it, hop to it, start manifesting, start creating, get yourself in some divine timing. Okay. How do we make a right decision every time? By the way, where are you guys? I'm not seeing my call list. Usually it is absolutely jam-packed by now. Today, it's not very interesting. I'm sure you guys have decisions to make, right? Don't you? Think about it. What I do when I work with flow is sometimes I help manifest on your behalf, or I show you where you should be putting the energy, or I use flow energy empathically. meaning that I recognize we are swimming in a sea of information, a flow of life and energy. And you can either create with that, make stuff happen, or you can read from that. You can pull information out of it. In other words, manifesting is pushing information in. Intuition is pulling information out. For me, it's empathic intuition because it's emotion-based, because I do emotion-based manifesting. That's how things happen for me. So I look a little bit at both inside you. Okay. When I am thinking about something in my life to do, I used to be so Virgo-like about it. I would gather every possible piece of information I could. I would do diligent research. And I would recognize at a certain point that I had enough research, but I still wanted more because I was afraid. It was fear-based. If I didn't get everything, I might miss something. If I missed something, I might make a wrong decision. This meant that when I was trying to decide about something, I would often delay for a long time. And I wouldn't even realize I was delaying. I was just kind of putting it off. And I would say to myself things like, well, I've looked it up. I know a lot about it now, but now I'm waiting for a sign. Now I'm waiting for the universe to tell me. I'm waiting for something else to say, yes, you are allowed to do this. We approve. And I've recognized since that point in my life that flow is always giving you signs. I mean, you're getting signs right now, every minute. These signs that you're waiting for, they already happened. For me, that was mind-blowing. What do you mean the signs already happened? Yeah, they happened. They're back in your past a couple weeks, a couple years, a couple days. They've been flowing right past you. You know, where do you get off thinking that source and life is not going to be constantly responding to you? You're constantly giving something to it. Why would you think that you have to sit and wait? That's ridiculous. You're constantly being given feedback. Everything you do is generating feedback. So if you're waiting for something, what you're instead saying to the energies around you, what you're instead manifesting is, what I have right now is not good enough. I feel it inside myself. I feel too insecure to make any more action about this. So I'm going to wait for something bigger to come along and wallop me with it. I don't like getting walloped, personally. I don't think most of us do. And often you don't actually get that wallop, or you resist it when you do get it. What I prefer to do is look around me and say, this feels good. This feels like there's something there. Okay, and I do this all the time. I'll talk to a person and I'll say, this feels really good. I don't know why. I'll shelve that for later. But right now it feels good. My decisions now are going to start tracking toward that person. Or if I'm making a choice at work, should I do this? Shouldn't I? Things scale up. You know, things get more expensive. That's the thing we worry about. Decisions get more expensive. I could lose money. I could lose my boyfriend. I could lose all my friends. I could lose my house. We tend to think about what we'll lose more than we think about what we'll gain. Now, from a manifesting perspective, where is your energy sitting? It's sitting in what you'll lose. That's the dominant thought that's going out to flow. If that's the dominant thought that you're mirroring out there, that you're creating and manifesting, yes, you're probably going to shrink back into a very conservative place of doing nothing. Now, doing nothing is a decision. It's a decision for status quo. It's a decision for no change. And then after a few years, you say, God, I'm so stuck. I feel stuck. I don't know where to go. Nothing's going on in my life. I don't have a vision. I don't have passion. And I say, unravel this a couple of years. You were choosing status quo. You were fearful. You see how this played out? You just got more of what you got. You got more of what you triggered, what you set off. You were having plenty of opportunities to make changes. You didn't. You said, no, I'm fearful. I'm going to go with status quo. I'm always looking. I'm giving you an insight into the way I think here. I'm always looking how energies will play out into the future. If I choose not to make a decision, I know I'm making a decision. And that decision is fear-based. I'm going to stay where I am. What if instead I go, okay, I will make a change. I will make a change. How do I know if it's the right one? And if it's an escalated up higher decision, how do I know I'm not going to lose something if I do? For me, flow is an absolute lifesaver. I know that if I go about my day and week and month making a series of smaller decisions with flow, then I'm getting constant feedback every day, every moment. That feedback is helping me stay in alignment so that I'm making more good decisions. You see, I'm not heading off track. So I have this sort of underpinning, a solid foundation now of many small good decisions. How likely is it that if I'm constantly generating a lot of small good decisions, that I'm going to make a whammy doozer of a horrible decision that's going to cost me everything? It's not very likely. I haven't built the energy for that. The energy I've built is I make a series of small decisions every day. Flow corrects me and guides me. Not all of them are perfect. I recognize that. I make a small, easy adjustment and stay with the right decisions and make more of those. But I have to keep making decisions. I have to keep making choices every day because I depend on flow giving me feedback. The worst thing I can do is stop. The worst thing I can do is sit back and say, nope, too afraid. Now, sometimes I do sit back for a day, a week, and I'm very aware that when I'm doing that, something is churning inside me. It's like I can feel it. It's an energy in my stomach, an energy in my soul, and I know something in me is digesting. And pretty soon it's going to be done, and I'm going to take a big... No, I'm not going to take a big... Sorry, that was some of my horrible humor. Oh my God. I'm digesting it. And it's going to turn up daisies, not the other way around. Never mind. If you're not following, please don't even try. In other words, when I'm done meditating on it, flowing on it, I will arrive and I will have a decision. But I don't fear that I'm going to end up with no decision in a stalemate. I don't fear that. I will either have concretely decided not for me or not now, or yes for me, I'm going to try this next. My higher level decisions are built on this constant stream of lower level decisions. The highest level decisions of all, the big ones, divorce or what college do I go to or should I do chemo and radiation or just one of them? I mean, high level decisions, the ones that really you feel. If you have built a sufficient base of constant in action, I call it inspired action in your flow, and your flow dreaming, you're giving pre-action, so you're working both sides of the energies. When you get to those high level decisions, they are so much easier to make. It's like you already know. You built the pyramid's base up to the point that it supports those decisions. And here's another thing. When I make a decision and I risk it being wrong, I accept that. I do. Just flat out accept it. I go, flow, I'm going to do this. Please give me feedback. Let me know. Let me know quickly. Tell me. Because I am so willing to respond. I am willing to change course in a heartbeat. I am not stuck on something. I am not going to beat my head against the wall of it. I depend on you for feedback. Because if I make a right decision, you're going to make things smooth and easy for me. If I make a wrong decision, you're going to say, hey, and you're going to throw up resistance. You're going to say, no, not good. Don't you feel how this is weird? How this business partner is not working out? How this girl you're dating is being too flaky with you. And don't you feel that? And I'll say, yeah, I do. And Flo says, yeah, well, I gave you the resistance. She didn't show up for the date. That's resistance. That's telling you something's up here. Pay attention. Make a change. Open your awareness. Okay, I will. So I know that no matter what I choose, I will get feedback. And both forms of feedback, whether it's ease that opens up for me or resistance that opens up for me, both of them are incredibly valuable because they both steer me. It's like the gas pedal and the brake. I wouldn't want to be in a car with only a gas pedal. I wouldn't want to be in a car with only a brake. I want both. Flow gives me both. And it can only do that when I'm sucking up my courage and making choices. This has moved my life further, faster, I think, than any revelation since flow dreaming, since actually working with energy came into my life. So understanding flow. That was huge. but being able to change the way I interact now with life has scaled up my manifesting ability tenfold, even more. So I'm happy to share that with you, and I hope that helps. So check it out. We have a quick break to go to. Quick. I've recently removed some commercials, trying to shorten things up, tighten it up for you. And when we get back, I have your calls. And of course, I have a flow dream. So stay with me for more flow dreaming. I'm Summer McStravick.
Private Session with Summer is unlike any other reading you've ever had. You can do it by phone or Skype from anywhere in the world. In your session, Summer reads your flow. Sometimes she sees things that are coming or things that have passed. Critically, she reads your present and can show you your current set of choices and help you know which ones flow best for you. Ask Summer any kind of questions. Ask her to look into people you care about, such as spouses, bosses, exes, family, or friends, to see what they're really thinking. Ask her where your energy has gotten stuck or blocked. Because Summer is an expert at finding the core events, beliefs, or thoughts that block you, and together the two of you can shake them loose. Last, ask Summer to craft a flow dream just for you, around your issues and desires. Ask her to put some strong manifesting energy in this area of your life. And as hundreds of past clients have said, be ready for real amazing results. It's not your typical reading. It's manifesting plus intuition. Find Summer sessions on her website, flowdreaming.com, under private sessions. Even people who normally never get intuitive readings get readings from Summer. That's flowdreaming.com. Search private sessions.
Bask in the glorious, soothing voice and music of Summer's Flow Dream Meditations. These meditations are unlike any other you'll find. They're active meditations. They're packed with energy, real power, and yet you can gently fall asleep listening to any one of them. Each Flow Dream meditation pours good emotions and energy into your subconscious as you sleep or meditate. You can choose from a variety of focuses, from dazzling self-love to overnight riches. Try a few and see for yourself. You can find all Summer's Flow Dream meditations at flowdreaming.com in the Manifesting Store.
You're listening to Flow Dreaming with your host, Summer McStravick.
Welcome back to Flow Dreaming. What I'd like you all to do with me right now is spend a few minutes in flow. Best 5 minutes of your day. I guarantee it. I always say that phrase. I know it's so used car salesman-y, but it's true. I guarantee it's the best 5 minutes of the day. Unless, of course, you're meditating or praying, then I can't necessarily claim that. But what we're going to do in the next 5 minutes is program your day. We're going to program your future. We're going to program what happens next. We're going to manifest it for you. So if you're new to the flow, go to the website again, and you'll see an area there called If You're New, Here's What You Need to Do. This will explain to you what flow dreaming is. It is not meditation. I am not going to bore you with my voice into a quiet mind. I'm also not hypnotizing you. I want your mind to be active, focused, engaged. I want your emotions to bubble up inside you. Now, this will be new for a lot of you guys, to let your emotions off the leash and to actually direct them as to how they should be feeling, as opposed to them directing you all the time. That's a big part of this work. Learning that you are an emotional creature and they are your most powerful tools. Your emotions love you. They don't hate you. You don't need to anesthetize them or avoid them like we've all been taught in our culture to do. Rather, you need to allow them to guide you, and you need to use them. So close your eyes with me as we go into flow. Follow the voice. And I want you to feel as if you are floating. Floating, yes, just like when you meditate, relaxing, letting go, releasing. You're floating like a little leaf on the top of the water. And there's a little current in this water. It pulls the leaf along. It's not hurrying. It's not getting stuck anywhere. But it is moving. It's flowing. And the direction is right and pure and good. You don't question it. Just like the leaf is not questioning where it's going in the water. You too know that you're going where you belong. You're going where you've created everything that you've done until now. You have pushed yourself in this direction. And beyond that, there is a deep flow of energy, information, other consciousnesses, Source, God, who are likewise nudging you, pushing you, saying, grow, expand. Just like a parent might do with a child, grow, expand. What do you want? Are you interested in this or that? And you laugh at the joy of it. Your heart just bubbles with these feelings of happiness. Oh, this is what life is about. Growth, expansion, maybe even impacting other people's lives so they too can feel this way. Making sure everyone has food, shelter, care, love. You can see a whole network of lives surrounding you, your family, your friends, workmates, acquaintances out from there, the people in the city, the people in your country, the people of the world, like bright little lights everywhere. All of them flowing, all of them wanting to expand within whatever means they were given, whatever atmosphere they were born into. The drive is the same. And this means to expand. You make decisions. You make choices. You gobble up life with your choices, always knowing that when you do, flow answers every choice. It responds. You do something, life responds. You feel something, life responds. You want something, life responds. You allow this feeling inside of you of who you are, what you are, where you're going to just race through your being, up and out, all through you and all around you. Life and flow respond. And you realize, I'm never at a loss for information. I can never truly say I haven't been shown, I haven't been told. The resources aren't right in front of me. They are. They're right in front of you. Everything you need. Look around. Everything you need is already there. It's right in front of you. May not be the things that you think you need. The objects, people, situations that you think you need. But look closely. Peer out into the flow, into the energies. Feel, let your mind unfurl, let your emotions unfurl from you out into your life. You're like a fern frond uncurling. Everything you need is already there in the form of the people, the situations, the interactions, maybe even just the knowledge and experience you have. You already know what to do next to acquire whatever you need. You have it. It's there. The next step is there. It's yours. You can take it. You can try it. If it's not right, flow will tell you. You will know. You will know. And that's what you want. You say, yes, I want to know. Then do it. Do it. Do it. Do something. Flow will tell you yes or no. You will feel it. You will feel joy and expansion inside of you, or you will feel contraction and avoidance. And if you feel fear, if you feel discomfort due to the fact that you are expanding, you're in unfamiliar territory, that is yet a third response. That's flow saying you're pushing it, aren't you? You're pushing your boundaries. You're roaming around the edges of your life, seeing what's next. You're on a path of discovery and growth. That's what it means. And so you can love up that feeling too. Because you realize I'm learning right now what each of these feelings is saying to me, what it means, and how to trust, and how to receive. And the more I learn and feel that, the more I pre-act, the more easy and confident my decisions become, the more easy it is for me to just say, okay, yes. And so you think right now, before you leave the flow dream, how many yeses have you said today? How many times have you said yes to something that you would have said no to? Yes. And of those yeses, how many are things that you wanted, that pushed you, that you said, oh, maybe I wonder what will happen if that feels a little inspired? And how many of those yeses were, I don't want to do that, but I feel guilty if I don't? What kind of yeses are you giving? Are you giving inspired action? Are you saying yes to decisions you want? You say, right, that's what I'm after. The yeses to what I want, where flow is moving me. And you linger in that feeling as even now, you open your eyes. Feeling wonderful, feeling focused, feeling somehow more able to handle anything that you step into in the next 24 hours. And there you go, eyes open. How'd that feel? So, check it out. This is a flow dream. You see there's some imagery in there. There's a lot of emotion in there. There's a lot of emotion surrounding things that have not yet happened, but you know they are happening, they will be happening, and you're pre-acting. You're responding to them prior to their actually having happened. You can find flow dreams just like this, but recorded much more beautifully. Perfect music, just crystalline, gorgeous. Those are all at the website on a variety of things, so do check them out. We have a quick break. When we get back, I see a lot of you. Oh my goodness, I put out the call and the lines are full, so stay with me for more Flow Dreaming right after this.
Hi, I'm Venus Andrecht. I'm Summer's mother, and my show, The Dear Venus Show, airs right after hers. Sometimes I talk to dead celebrities or otherwise look into the great beyond, and I always do on-air readings for you, my callers. What can I do for you when you have a private phone reading with me? Well, I'm a medium, clairsentient, clairaudient, an empath, a telepath who can tell you what the people in your life are thinking, and I'm a clarifying counselor who can also look clearly into your life. I also work with good energies to help things change for the good in your life. You can find out more about me at my website, godisalwayshappy.com. That's godisalwayshappy.com. So come and see me after Summer Show. We're a lot alike and very different. Guaranteed you won't be bored.
Too busy to flow dream? Or do you just sometimes forget? It's easy to get so caught up in living that we forget the bigger, deeper, more important things, such as being aware of our flow. That's why Summer introduced the Flow Dream of the Month program. Start and stop whenever you want and enjoy the first 30 days and a flow dream free. Each month, Summer sends you a new flow dream to work with as she moves through carefully chosen areas of our lives. Be surprised, be challenged, be delighted, and be reminded your flow is the deepest you. Commit to it. Check out the Flow Dream of the Month Club at flowdreaming.com today. Did you know you can like Flow Dreaming on Facebook? Just search for Flow Dreaming on Facebook and click like to start getting Summer's Flow Dreaming updates. Ditto for Twitter.
Manifest your life with Summer McStravick and Flow Dreaming.
Flowdreaming. Let's get started and see what's going on in your mind. What kind of decisions are you making or not making? Hey, Terry, you're calling from Pensacola, Florida. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
I wasn't sure you were talking to me.
I think I heard myself in the background, actually.
yeah, it's doing a double take. You're a little bit off, but it's double take.
Yeah, you could just turn that off if you wouldn't mind for a moment.
Okay, I think I'm just going to go to a different room. But
what's happening for you in your life or not?
What I'm trying to do is figure out how to get past. I got this big block, and I don't know really what it is. I'm trying to get past it and figure out exactly where I'm supposed to be headed right now.
Mm-hmm. So what's the block?
I don't know. I wish I did. I just feel like I can't move forward, and I don't know why.
Okay, you can't move forward. There are a lot of arenas this could play out in. Your personal life, your feeling about yourself.
Actually, both, I think, but my personal and my career.
Yeah, professional life.
Yeah.
Okay. What you're talking about right here, I know it feels kind of hazy. When we get this sense, and I'm just sort of looking in you, when you get the sense that there's something inside you that's holding you back, it's there. I mean, you're right on. Your spidey senses are happening. Your job then is to try to figure it out, like a puzzle. Where is the block? What's it surrounding? And there are a couple ways you can, start looking at it. For instance, in my mentoring program, I give everybody a pie chart where I ask them to evaluate every section of their life bit by bit. I say, you got to know your starting place. And things come up that they didn't even know were there. So you may be thinking right now that it's your career, when in reality, it has to do with the fact that deep inside yourself, you are afraid that you are not good enough. For instance, it's a common one, and I think you have a little bit of that inside you. I can feel it. You have a sense of safety. Again, don't try it. Of course, you were led to today's show because you're so right on with these things. And there's also a sense in you of, I'm afraid I don't know what it is that I should be doing or where I should be going. I don't know the what. As if there were something else outside you that needed to step in and say, here's what you're good at. Do more of this. Okay, so first of all, you can't really rely on something else stepping in and telling you you're good at this. You have to be the one to initiate the action. You have to be the one that says, well, I kind of always wanted to do this. I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to take a risk and take some action here and see what happens. I'm going to take some action there and see what happens. And it almost becomes a process of elimination sometimes in the beginning before you really step into your flow. And then it becomes more a process of, oh, this worked and that worked and that worked and that worked. But you see, you're coming from a stuck place. So, are you following me at all?
Yes, actually it does. It makes a lot of sense.
Okay. So, what I'd like to see you do is write out the feelings specifically and precisely. Where you're feeling stuck and how. Where you're feeling you're not living up to what it is you should be doing. And how that makes you feel. It makes you feel frustration. It makes you feel despair. It makes you feel confusion. Why was I sent here if I'm not doing what I should be doing? The very fact that you have awareness that you've hit a ceiling is fantastic. A lot of people never even bump their heads because they're not trying to grow. You've just bumped your head. So once you get some awareness on what you're actually feeling and in what areas you're feeling it, your next step is to flip over into action. And that is kind of like today. Make decisions. And you're going to say, well, I don't know if it's the right decision. I don't want to waste my money. I don't want to waste my time. clear that out of your head. Very rarely do we waste money and time. If we do, it's because we got ourselves into something and then we failed to take ourselves out of it in a timely way. It's our fault. Most of the time, you can try something, you can get a feel for it, you can know if it's right for you or not. And if it is, you go deeper. If it's not, you go next. You have to, what I'm getting at is you have to bring in the energy of change right now. The way you do that is like revving up an engine. Make decisions. Try stuff. It's an energy you're bringing in. Once that energy is starting to really move in your life, it's like something like a magnet spinning up, in a machine. It's going to start attracting more and more. When it's going slowly and creaking around, it's not really pulling in much. Or it's like gravity. It's like a planet with gravity. That's the picture I'm getting. The faster you're spinning, the more choices you're making, the more you're offering, the more of the right stuff is going to spin into your life. But you've got to start where you're at. All right, Terry?
Okay.
Thanks for your call today. Take care.
Thank you.
My apologies, too, also go to Terry and everybody else listening. That was a very esoteric answer. And it's partly, meaning kind of hard to follow. It's partly because Terry's in a lost and confused place. She doesn't have a lot of energy going. She couldn't even formulate her question for me precisely. It's more like a vague sense of something. Okay, so the way I have to answer it is to give her some concrete steps to address something very vague. That's the disconnect that you were hearing. That's where you're saying, I didn't follow. When Terry got more concrete, or when she gets more concrete, her answer is going to be more concrete. She'll be able to ask questions like, should I do this or should I do that? Notice she couldn't even do that. If you're in that position, I can't even ask, should I do this or this? You're more in Terry's world, which is, I just need to get the energy revved up. I need to start having things come into my life that I can make decisions about. Got it? Okay. Kate, hey, you are in Seattle today. How is lovely Seattle?
Hi, yes, I'm here. Kind of lovely, between rain and snow and sun. Spring is trying to come out.
It's trying to come out, but it's drenched in a beautiful greenery.
Yes, always.
All right, Kate, how are you? What's in your mind?
Good. This show is exactly where I'm at right now. So, and I really like that flow dream. I saw sparkly lights. It felt nice, like little sparkly lights all around me. And my question is, I was feeling up, like January and February, it was great upward growth. And then March just kind of the downward slope. And I've been kind of maybe old pattern, kind of just negative of, this can't happen or it's not going to happen. So my question is, when you are in that downward slope, how do you get out and back up?
So interesting. You are the third person in 2 days to tell me this.
March must be tough. It's something that's happening.
March Madness, a whole new meaning.
Yeah.
What I feel is going on is I sometimes speak about larger energy shifts that happen. Seasonal shifts, you cannot ignore them.
Yeah.
This month, when a lot of people are reaching a kind of breaking point with the past season. I was talking with this to a gal who was in Canada in the freezing sleet, rain, and snow, and she said, it just keeps going on. I'm starting to get I'm feeling so depressed in the last couple days, week. It's like the snow started again. And I reminded her, I said, springtime is when we think we should be feeling up. We should be moving forward. It's a time of growth. And in truth, it does bring out new cycle energy. But some of us are sleepy bears. We're groggy and we're cranky and we're hard. And when things are changing, we are adjusting kind of slow. We're just saying, no, I just don't feel like myself yet. I'm not fully there yet. I don't care what's going on around me. I'm not there. I'm feeling in a down place. Us are like daffodils. We just pop out of the ground and suddenly bloom. It's like, sun, please.
I want that. Yeah.
Okay. So we have different responses when there are bigger shifts in the energy around us. And remember, we're also biological animals. So our bodies are kind of tugging us along. in these responses, then our minds and our consciousness come in and say, hey, body, you're feeling all weird and funky and it's a change of season. And, I'm trying to make us feel happy and you're just being grumpy and downcast and negative, and then we can kind of get into a little fight with ourselves. So here's what I'd like you to do. I'm going to give you a little constructive work here. Close your eyes with me.
Okay.
Okay. A quick jump into your flow. Ooh, wow. I don't know why, but you had little icy water in you. Whoa. It's like polar bear cold. Woo. Why not? Come with me. Come with me. I know it's no fun. Ooh, it's icy. It's like, ooh, I would never do this in real life. Okay, Kate, let's jump in. Jump into this icy little stream. Because, what? Yeah, it's whoo. You feel that? It's like I have tingles all through my body. There's something around you right now that is unfreezing and it's really cold and you don't like it. But it's moving and it's going to go someplace. And you're a little impatient. You don't know where it's going to go. You're caught in the middle. You're between the snow and the easy, warm, lazy summer river. Okay? You're right there. You're in neither place yet.
Right.
You're in the icy, difficult place in the middle. So feel things warming up around you. Okay, we're using the imagery and the sensations of tactile things to change the energy surrounding you right now. You're feeling the warmth come down. You're feeling this stream, this icy, heat up. It's feeling good. It's feeling tepid. Not as hot as bath water, just really nice. It's like a pool now that you'd want to dive in. And you're feeling too how there's just stuff about you that's accumulated. And that's kind of washing off your skin. Like oily residue, it's just coming off you. And you're feeling really clean right now. You're feeling fresh. Your energy is waking up. It's feeling fresh. And as you look around outside, still with your eyes closed, you're sensing, everything around me is shifting and changing at its own pace. That's all right. I know where I am now. I'm feeling easy and light. You're no longer in any kind of stream of energy at all. You're at home. You have a little blanket around your shoulders, but you're not really cold. You're just cozy. And in front of you are all these papers. And you're sketching on them. You're drawing on them. You're putting your plans down on them. Here you are. It's like a Sunday morning. No one's in the house. It's just you and a cup of tea and a nice blanket. The sun is streaming in and you're just jotting down all kinds of ideas and thoughts for yourself. And you're truly waking up. Your energy is truly waking up in a place of comfort. And you're getting more and more excited about this, more enthused about this. You don't have anything concrete on those papers, but it's coming. You know something will. And you leave it there. And you open your eyes. Okay, so.
Great.
How did that feel to you?
Good, very good. I was picturing a waterfall during the cleansing part of a nice fresh waterfall and then being clear afterwards. And
good.
It feels great to start that flow again of the ideas coming out. And
yes, you need those ideas.
Not in the cave. I can't sit in the cave any longer.
Yeah, I had a real strong feeling that there was something you're puzzling over in your life. You're trying to create or do, and you need a
thing.
Yeah. So there they are. All right, Kate. Thanks for your call.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Bye. So to those of you listening, you may have felt like I simply led her through an imagery exercise. On one level, yes. If we go deeper with it, though, if she can move more into her flow with me and we get more emotional connection, it's like rearranging the energies as well as, the imagery. That's where we really want to go with it. So if she does that again on her own and she lets herself go deeper in, deeper connection to flow, to energy, she'll realize that she's actually pre-patterning the world around her now to respond to that she will have just actually made something, done something real. When you do something real, it doesn't have to be something your body physically does. It can be something you emotionally experience within the deeper energies that's equally as real, equally as impactful. So that's where we're heading. That's the difference between an imagery exercise and being in flow as you create. I think we have time. Let's keep going. Is it Tootsie? Hey, Tootsie. You're in Oregon. Are you there?
Yes.
Hi.
This is Trupti.
Oh, Trupti. He put your name down as Tootsie. I'm like, well, I haven't had
I was having a hard time hearing too, so.
Trupti, you're my regular. How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling like stuck. Every time I go into my flow, it has always been like flowing like water. I live like across the street from the river, so for some reason I just keep seeing that, and now it actually feels like that, and it feels like stuck. I'm trying to attract more like employees, hiring people, but this time I want to do it like the right people.
Yes, bringing in the right people.
Yeah.
Funny, I've been in a place myself like that lately where I have been working very much with my emotions to reprogram some beliefs that I was surprised to see had fallen into my life over the years. Yeah. So what I would like you to do first is think about your expectations for your employees.
I actually wrote everything down, what I want.
Not the good stuff, but the stuff you think usually happens.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll try that.
Okay, write the bad stuff down that you just know happens with people.
Okay.
I know this sounds kind of weird. Follow me. When you write all that down, you're going to realize that this is an undercurrent of what you're creating and manifesting. So, for instance, if you say, my employees always start out great, but then they end up, falling behind, not showing up, not fulfilling their work, and then I have to deal with it, and it's hard, and I hate it. Yeah. Okay, if that is an undercurrent, that is what is going into your flow. Okay. And that is going to help define the fact that the next person you get will follow that pattern for you. Okay. Trick is to recognize what you're actually putting out there and then consciously pre-act differently. So yours would instead, as an example, say, my employees start out exactly the way they end up. Strong, attentive, excited, part of my vision, part of my group, part of my family, my team. And they stay that way solid the whole way through. And every day I feel so blessed that I found them, that they found me. I feel so blessed. It's a whole other energy. And notice too, it's not exactly their perfect qualities or traits or they know how to use Microsoft Excel or things like that. Yeah. It is about how they make you feel, how they feel in the company, how connected they are, how invested in it they are. Okay, feelings like that. Now, yours might be a little different, but if you're trying to resolve a repeating pattern that you have with people, you have to feel what your worry is first, and then you have to reverse it. That help at all?
It does. I just started learning the EFT, the tapping too, and I've been working more on my negative patterns instead of just going all positive.
Uh-huh.
I do have that too.
Good. All right. Yeah. Well, I can help you. I got to let you go now because unfortunately the show is wrapping. Good to catch up and say hi to the kids, your babies. Bye. Yes, working on negative patterns as well as positive ones. When you flow dream and you work with manifesting, frankly, both come up. Yes, we focus on the positive emotion because that's what we want to create more of in our life. But something that I've also seen, realized so much over the years is that you will only raise your positive emotion to whatever ceiling is within you. And if your life isn't reflecting just gazillion boatloads of positive, wonderful response, it's because your ceiling for positive is very low. That means there's negative in there that needs to be extracted so you can raise it up and get more of the positive in. Okay, that being said, I'll leave you on that confusing note again. I'm really not confused today. I think it's just because we're going to deeper concepts, and that can be a little difficult if you're new to it. Stay with me, though. Next week, more coming. Another podcast on its way to you. Check out the store in the meantime. Also, check out the Flowdreaming app and the Flowdreaming podcast.